Oh, good morning on this beautiful Wednesday for a change.
I know. Well, it's funny. Like I've got my windows open, and I'm like, oh, breeze, oh, pollen.
Yeah, okay. You can't have it both ways, one or the other. I'm so excited. We actually went and did the big money thing and got flowers for around the yard and everything and put them in. Waited until after the heavy rain so that they wouldn't get smashed. And we put them in, Ted planted them and everything. We actually found something to spray on them that the deers don't like.
Oh.
And you could see this morning when we got up, we looked in the flower bed and you could see deer hooves, but the plants were all there.
Nice. Okay.
Like, oh my gosh, we finally found something that works. You hate to spend that kind of money and then the next day it's all gone.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's like a big salad bar for the deer. So.
Well, for our new friends who might be joining us, including on Instagram, feel free to ask questions in chat about earthbound spirits, negative energy, portals, fairies. Marianne will answer them live. Sometimes I answer depending on what the question is. Hey, Rachie. But yeah, Marianne, you were the inspiration and the consultant for the TV show The Ghost Whisperer.
So many moons ago, right? And I still tell you, I mean, I know people love the show. It was on for 5 years and blah, blah, blah. And all of that was great. But, even that, there was only 4 sentences each week that was true. It was so Hollywoodized. But, as the producer, the director, everybody kept saying to me, Marianne, it's not a documentary. It's entertainment. Get your head around it.
Creative licenses being taken for entertainment purposes.
That's right.
How fun is that? Got a lot of our friends and good mornings. Let's see here. And I'll let you know, Karen, I don't know if you got my email. We got more copies of the next book for the book club. I saw that you tried to do an order and it failed because we were out of it, but we got more. And if anybody who doesn't know, we do a monthly book club now, the third Tuesdays of the month from 7 to 8. This is the next book, A Walk in the Shadows, Mike Ricksecker. He's actually local to.
I think people should really read that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, and he'll be with us in person.
Which is really nice because, when somebody asks me a question as being the monitor of the book club, I can only give you my opinion on what it is. But with the author there, at least you can ask him, what did you mean with that or by that? Right.
Right. I found it pretty interesting. And I've started to go back. Oh, Renee got her herbs and.
Yeah, great for her.
Yeah, I've started going back and rehabbing things and, because I was just kind of reading it. I've had the book for about a year now, actually, literally a year, because I bought it from him from the Mansfield prison last year.
Okay.
It's taken me that long to read through it.
But it'll be cool because if somebody buys the book, at least he can autograph it for you.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. And apparently he will have other books there that he has written. So, if you really, really like the book a lot, you may like his other books too. So that's really good.
Right. Oh, Brooke says, dear, love the salad bar. You're the favorite restaurant.
Yeah, I'm afraid they were. And they like the expensive stuff.
Right. They don't want no iceberg. They want the romaine and the butter.
Right. Marigolds, unfortunately, I'm not, their odor, them and geraniums, I just don't care for that odor of the two of those flowers.
Let's see. Amanda Says, I hope someone's negativity can't transcend the airwaves. There's a creepy loser stuck in the backwaters of New Jersey, surviving on scrap metal, obsessed with eating rodents, calling a radio show. The man is a big blob of negative energy. I don't know what to do outside of taking my headphones off. So if she's listening and he's calling into the radio show, like his negative can't.
Yeah, no, it can't. You can't get it through the airways like that. Just like watching, one of the ghost shows on TV. That's not going to pull ghosts into your house. No, absolutely not. No, if you don't like what he's on, you're right. Take your headphones off. Or seriously, if he's that obnoxious, you can write to the radio station. They have to read all the letters that people send in or complaints. Maybe you should complain and have him, not allowed to be on the air if he's that nasty.
Maybe say, like, I actively quit listening every time you let him on.
Yeah, and that hurts ratings. Believe you me, they're not going to want to hear too many of that.
Yeah. Amy says, I hear blood meal works to keep deer away.
Yep, and I know that no, it wasn't Zest. Was it Zest, the soap that we hung out there? Irish Spring. I knew it was one of them. Irish Spring worked for about a year. But I don't know if they got used to it or they decided they liked it. I don't know. But Irish Spring was another one that stick on a stick out there and looked a little weird, but it did work.
What is the oddest ghost encounter you've had recently?
Oddest, golly. They're so normal to me anymore. I really haven't run across anything too nasty lately. Seriously, you probably saw the weirdest thing when we did Margie's house with the portals in it. Yeah, I mean, both of those guys were pretty, weird, but not so much now. Everything has just been normal, run-of-the-mill ghosts, nothing out of the ordinary. What's been happening a lot is I've been getting a lot of calls from about funerals. And as a matter of fact, at 5:30 tonight on the YouTube, that's what I'm talking about, wills. And this whole thing is, it's sort of much like what happens if you don't have a will. Not good.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So Rebecca asked, what happens if someone comes out of a portal and can't get back in? Like somehow the portal gets closed before they can go back.
I've never, ever seen that happen where a portal was, I had already started to close a portal quite a while ago, and it about mowed me over jumping back in. But I've never seen a portal be closed while the entity was out of the portal. That's never happened to me.
Oh, Mary downloaded the digital and read A Walk in the Shadows and enjoyed it. So join us for the club. Instead of doing Zoom, we're actually going to stream it live through the YouTubes. So it'll look just like this. So anybody can join who's read the book, has some questions. Sue says new moon is coming up and writing our law of abundance check this Monday morning. What time?
You are absolutely correct. It is at Memorial Day at 7:30 a.m. Easy enough to do. Just make sure you get your butt out of bed by 7 o'clock in the morning to write the check. And remember your time zone. That's Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you do your time zone.
Vicky says, hi ladies, past life stories were interesting. Mary Ann, do you remember seeing those lives, or is your memory of them only of what the lady who regressed you told you about what you saw?
It's interesting. This particular person taped the whole regression, and when you walked out, she gave you the tape. If you were under for an hour or 2 hours, however long you were under, she gave you that tape. And she had said when you feel like it, you've got time and you're not going to be interrupted, sit and listen and see if you get more information on your own. And it was pretty amazing because when I started listening to it on my own, I'm going, oh, yeah, I sort of remember that. So, yeah, I think I really truly believe the person that is doing the service for you, the person that's hypnotizing you, I think that is truly the most important piece in this thing to do. That they've got to know what they're doing and be licensed.
Oh, well, Brooke said the old lady that was messing with the gas here at the apartment was
Yes, right, right. And she thought she was being funny, you know? And would she have turned it off before anybody died? I don't know.
we weren't
But
going to find out.
yeah, and yeah, we're not gonna push it the envelope. Well, let's just get rid of her.
Let's see. Strawberry Hair says, "Good morning. Trying to find some videos of your visits to clients. I seen the one at the antique store, but is there a link for other ones?" She finds it amazing to watch.
Ted, how many videos are on the website of different places that I've cleared? This gal has seen the antique store that I did. That was for the
A
show.
lot of those were lost. I think there's only one on there now. She did for Channel 3.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. There's no others to be found.
All the original ones. It's a long story, but they were lost.
He'll check and see if he can find them somewhere, but he doesn't think so. But there were quite a few of them.
Let's see. Heather asks, since Earthbounds can choose their own clothing, can they also change their other aspects of their appearance? For example, could they choose to appear as shadow figures or a mist instead of full body apparitions?
No, that's not their choice. It's the person that's viewing them that sees them in different ways. Maybe you can only see them as you only see their energy as a shadow person. Or maybe if they don't have a lot of energy, you're only seeing them as a mist or a streak of lightning. So it has nothing to do with the ghost. It has to do with what you are capable of seeing. You know, I was in a house and it was a 13, 14-year-old girl. And so and she's kept telling me, I see them, I see them, I see them. Well, the only thing that I saw was a tall, slender man, maybe about 6'2", which I mean isn't 10 feet tall, about 6'2", maybe about 200 pounds. So he wasn't extremely skinny or fat at all. And she said, there's a shadow person standing right there in the hallway. And I said, a shadow person? And I'm looking and I see the ghost standing in the hallway. And he had a baseball cap on. And I said to her, does he have a hat on? Do you see a hat? And she's looking and she's sort of squinting. She said, well, I can't see it real good. She says, but I see a brim. She says, I think it's a baseball cap. Now, she was seeing this man as a shadow person. I was seeing him in full color. So it's how you see them.
City asks, can multiple parts of your soul incarnate on different parts of the earth at the same time?
I don't know. I would think not, because there's always a part of you that stays, because even if somebody gets reincarnated, you still can dream of that person. You know, and so I don't know how far they can spread themselves. You know, how many pieces and parts they can throw all over. I don't know the answer to that.
So Amanda is like, have you ever seen any of the ghosts some people claim to find in the shows, like throwing bricks and slamming the doors? And
I have met some people. The man that came out of a portal that put claw marks down an infant's crib, I saw him. And and I've seen people that like to. I met a person that messed with a ghost that messed with the old, not the modern fuse boxes, but the ones where you had to screw those little, whatever those things are called inside the fuse box. I've seen a person, literally unscrew those in front of me. So, they can do all kinds of things, and sometimes I catch them at it.
Well, you didn't see the guy in my old house like slamming and opening the doors, but he was doing that. Unscrewing
Right.
the screws for the dog kennels, tossed them out in the yard somewhere, never found them.
Right.
So
exactly. I mean, I guess they're so bored sometimes. They just, and you think, okay, a 10-year-old boy should be doing that. No, it's a hairy, 55-year-old guy. Come on.
You're 50. Stop.
It's your age. What's the matter with you?
Let's see. Amanda, love the book. So hopefully Amanda will join us for the book club.
Good.
Brooke says it's also available on audio. So if you're somebody that you rather listen to it, get it on audio. Debbie, she's local to our area, and we carry some of her artwork and cards in the store. Says, I watched the video when you cleared Margie's house and was so blown away. It was interesting. Get full body chills whenever both of you run your hands over the portal.
Right. And so that's what that gal could watch too, if that was the only one she saw from the antique store.
Yeah, and that's on your YouTube.
And you can find that easily here.
Cleveland Rock says Coast to Coast has a YouTube channel if anyone wants to watch your April interview.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, make sure they pre-order. So we had some in and we sold through them all. And then the next round when they came in, like got held up. And I'm like, darn it. So we've got copies in the store. If you're somebody who wants a physical copy, please go to the website, order it.
But I have to tell you, people that order books online, you still get something when you order them. I've had people bring up When Ghosts Speak that is online also. It's an audiobook where I've signed that. It's like, oh, where do I sign this? I don't know. But so, yeah, so you can have me sign that too if you like.
Yeah. Everybody's like, from back when you were asking Ted, who's the go-to guy?
Oh, he is. Yeah. Oh, how he can remember stuff. I don't understand.
If you do want to see what Ted looks like, if you haven't ever met him before from in person, you do see a quick glimpse of him in the clearing video at Margie's house.
Putting up the seats.
Yeah. Let's see. There's so many things trying to like pop around here. So Ellie asks, is it possible for a ghost or energies to be confined to a single room, but nowhere else in the home?
I have never seen a ghost stay in one room of a house. Why would they? And they're going to be in a room where there's people because they need the energy. So no, now there could be a portal that's obviously in only one room, so they're in and out of the portal in that room. But once they come out, they can go anywhere they want. So, good morning, everybody. So
right. Let's see. So Jeff asks, can drugs such as DMT have any effect on one's viewing of spirits?
I don't know. I don't even know what were those initials. I don't even know what that is.
It's hallucinogenic.
Oh, no, no, I don't know. I know that, when they give you stuff to make you calm before they take you into surgery, if I was ever having a surgery and they had give, whatever that calm you down shot is, I could still see ghosts through that. They didn't seem bigger or brighter or louder or anything, but I don't
It's
know.
about the same before you were out.
Right. It is like, yeah, get out of this room.
And they're like, yeah, about that.
Yeah, right. Aha, there's a seed taped to my big toe. Ha
Right. So I'm sure everybody heard about the horrible shooting yesterday. Have the spirits of the school children and the shooter's grandma remained earthbound, or have they crossed over?
No, I really believe that there's no way these parents are going to let these kids go. Not for a while. I mean, by the time they do all the preparing of the bodies and there's the funerals and everything, those children will be around for at least till after, their final memorial service. And then here, that's a bad age. What's third, fourth, and fifth grade? If they're standing at the foot of their casket and you don't know how many of the children are even going to be able to be shown, let alone viewed, and the parents or grandmas and grandpas are crying, and what are we going to do? Or you have brothers and sisters and they're standing there crying. That could be a reason why that child won't cross over. Oh, I can't leave mommy. Look how hard she's crying. And, so I would have no way of knowing that. I will tell you this. I only ran across, I was asked to come up to Sandy Hook twice. And both times was after the final funerals. The first time I was up there, I found one child that did not cross over. And the next time I went up, I didn't find any. Now, obviously, I didn't go to all 28 homes, so I don't know. But the ones that, and because they were younger, I'm guessing a guardian angel or somebody, helped those younger ones cross over. This group of 18, and grandma is not going to leave without taking her kids with her. So she'll probably cross over eventually too, but she'll take as many of, her grandchildren as possible.
Amanda, good point, says the shooter must be joining Clarence in the portal by now.
And he would definitely be a portal person. You are 100% right, Amanda. Yeah, he is not somebody that, no.
And let's see, Debbie says, Jeff, you were supposed to follow that DMT question with asking for a friend. Let's see. So anybody new joining, feel free to ask questions. I think I finally caught up for a change.
By the way, just as one note, luckily the law of abundance is over on June 3rd. So that's
the Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde. Why do I keep calling it that? No, the Mercury retrograde is over on the 3rd. Because you had me so programmed not to say that.
There we go.
Right. It's working. Whatever you're doing, it's working. So, but the Mercury retrograde is over on the 3rd. So that's good.
Let's see. So while we wait for some questions to come in, I did get Coins and Ghouls pictures resized and Melody's fire picture resized, so we can show these. We'll start with the fire picture because the other two kind of go together. This picture was taken during like a bonfire, and she was wondering if we can see like the animal type of energy in there. And it does look like something.
It looks like a cat to me. Of course, I don't have a pencil right here with me. Why don't I? I don't know. Up at the top where you see this, right up this section right here where the eye is, where it looks like an eye that goes down to the nose. I think that's probably some kind of a feline, some kind of a cat. It depends on who is running the bonfire, and you wonder if this person is a powerful person, could this be their totem or their animal spirit? I don't know. I don't know the person that took the picture, which would probably help me decide what that is. But I would definitely say there's a lot of power in that with whoever is doing that knew, what they were doing.
Yeah, so like City says she sees like a dragon. Debbie sees like a puma, kind of with like some eagle mixed in. Denise, dog, kind of in the orange part of the flames.
Oh yeah, there's another eye there. Okay.
So it's the same thing with like fire. You can actually do a lot of scrying in firework.
Yeah. It moves, and so because flame moves so much, it always changes, and so I don't think the snout is skinny enough for a wolf. That looks more like the stop on a cat than it does a wolf.
Right.
But again, everybody's going to see what they want in that.
Different.
Yeah, but that's a pretty good picture.
Let's see. So our friends Coins and Ghouls, who unfortunately, like I haven't seen them comment, so maybe they'll get to watch this later, sent in a couple of pictures and we got them resized. So it's a little easier to see, but there really wasn't a way to lighten it up without making it just so distorted quickly this morning. But he circled what he was thinking could be something. And I think the bottom circle, to me, I can see a little bit of something.
Yeah, not on the top one, except that there is some energy behind that window. What it is, I don't know. But the bottom one, you can almost see an eye socket, side profile. I believe that probably is an earthbound spirit. Again, not too sure about the top one, but for sure the bottom one, I would say 99% is.
And then the second picture here. So it looks like the same like window type area, whatever that framing is. But
now the top one here looks clear, like that also could be a person.
Oh, he's here. It says it's a ladder.
Yay. Well, okay, the ladder. So looking through the ladder, now the energy on the down one, there's more energy on the earthbound below because look how clear you could see the face.
It almost looks
that's
like
funny. That I'm wondering. Look at that bottom one. Does that look like a dog to you?
It does. I was like, say, it reminds me of my old white.
Yeah, that one looks like a dog. Now the top one doesn't. That looks like a human, but that bottom one definitely looks like a dog.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that.
Yeah, I don't know about the top one. Yeah. The bottom one looks more to me like maybe a shepherd with the pointed up ears. Yeah, that could be a lab, the top one, but nah, I really think that's probably a human.
Yeah.
Interesting. And that's it. People can look through pictures that were, and I'm talking film pictures that are still in grandma's album that when you go through, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? But you'd be surprised what you can find in old pictures. Nobody thought to look to see if there was anything more than the person that they were taking a picture of. But it's amazing what you can find in old pictures.
So some of our new friends are asking for a little bit more clarification on the portal and what do you mean when you say a portal person?
Okay. Most ghosts, earthbound spirits will walk into your house from the front door, the patio door, the garage door, and they can leave whenever they want. They can come and go. They can ride with you in the car. I mean, who's going to tell them they can't? A portal, however, is an energy opening inside of a building. And that is blown open by live people that something really bad happened. a lot of abuse, drugs, a murder, suicide, nasty divorce, anything that can really be very, very negative, can blow open a portal. Now, the people that come out of a portal are not nice people at all. They're in that portal because, well, they did really heinous things. These are your rapists and your murderers and your child pedophiles, and these are the people that come out of a portal. And the upside of having a portal is that when somebody comes out, only one can come out at a time, and they can't stay any longer than a day and a half or 2 days. Where a regular earthbound spirit, oh heck, you could have one walking in the front door and two coming in through the patio door. With the earthbound, with the portal ones, that's not the case. And that the portal at some point needs to be closed because, like I said, those are really nasty ones. When somebody leaves me a message and I can see a person, a ghost standing somewhere in the house with prison clothes on, usually a jumpsuit, I know that there's probably a portal somewhere in that house.
It's usually a pretty good giveaway.
Yeah.
Right. Poodle Pants asks, when there is a natural disaster such as a hurricane, does that cause earthbounds to get more active?
It can. What they will do is hang around the people that lost the most or lost somebody, because look at how bad the energy. I mean, you're devastated. You lost everything. You have nothing. And look at the energy you're putting out. And of course, they're taking advantage of it. It's the same thing that people that go through radiation or chemo, when you go to these buildings or these clinics to have this procedure done, those places are full of earthbound spirits, which makes me so angry. These people are so sick to begin with, and then these ghosts are there taking more energy. But yeah, with a hurricane, even somebody that a fire takes their house, I mean, they're standing around, taking the energy from these people that are the energy is just, sadness and devastation.
Just making it worse.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Linda, there it is, says, remember the Mercury retrograde post shadow. It winds down over 2 weeks after. She's keeping her blue aventuring bracelet on until the 17th.
Linda, I never heard it going that long. I heard it going up to 48 hours after, just like it could start about 48 hours before. But I've never heard it last that long. I don't even want to go there. I'd rather just keep it just 2 days after in my world.
I mean, that's kind of one of I'm like, the shadow and the pre-shadow gets longer and longer and longer to make it convenient to blame.
Right. And it's not, I mean, just everybody think in the last 2 weeks, what has there been any problems with anybody communicating with anybody about anything? You can seriously blame the Mercury retrograde for sure.
But it happens all year.
Yeah, but sometimes it's worse than others.
Vicky says the last law of abundance worked for her daughter. She was looking to change jobs for quite a while, and after doing the check, she got not 1 but 2 offers.
I got to tell you, that law of abundance, to take 10 minutes out and do it, what are you going to lose? 10 minutes? How do you know what you're not going to gain?
Mm-hmm.
To not do it is just, I don't understand why. I mean, I can understand if it's at 5 after 12 a.m., in the middle of the night, but ones that are easy to do, 7:30 in the morning, that's a piece of cake. And I know it's a holiday and you want to sleep in, just don't. Go back to bed. Get up, write it, and go back to bed. So.
Right. Renee says our minds want to see faces and things in random patterns. I can never say that word, but there it is. So how do you know when it's real versus just your imagination?
Well, that's a good thing with that flame, Renee. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Flames move. And we saw that picture without it moving. But if you were looking at that flame or that bonfire on a movie camera, or watching it move, I know you can do that with your cell phones now. Who knows what you could see dancing around in the flame? It's like when you look up at clouds. Don't you look up at clouds and see, can I find, what does that one look like? Does it look like a rabbit or a monkey? Or, you look at these things, you pick things out. How many people, one of our houses, the basement had knotty pine paneling. That house was built a long time ago. And knotty pine has those big holes, marks in the wood. And I would be down the basement folding clothes or something, and I'd look up and I'd swear that those things were moving around, that you could see faces. Then if you stop and you stare at stuff, you can make out a face in a nice plain piece of wood. So yeah, you're right. You can see different things everybody sees something different when they look at it. It's like, what's that called? The Rorschach pictures? Is that where it looks like a butterfly? Or the psychiatrists use them. When you see this picture, there's a word.
The ink blot pictures, and you see
right. There's a word. It's something, they're called something special. But yeah, nobody's going to say that ever looks the same to each other. So same difference.
Right. Can standing next to a portal make you feel dizzy?
Yes, it can. It can make you feel dizzy. Your stomach could do a flip-flop. That room could have a temperature change, not always cold. A temperature change. And that would be a room that if that's a room that's a bedroom, nobody is going to sleep in that room for a week straight. That's for sure.
Here's a fun question. I don't think we've had this one before. It says, a quince seed protects the person wearing it from negative energy. But if someone is sending bad energy to the wearer, does that bad energy get attached to someone near them or a loved one? So are you innocent bystander?
Yeah, no, not in this case, because if somebody is purposely sending you negative energy, they have to have your image, your name, they have to have something of yours. And that would be hard to misaim. So no, you could be standing right next to the person, and no. The only good thing is if you have a quincy on and somebody's sending somebody negative energy and they're standing within 3 feet of you, it won't hit them either because they're standing close to you with the seed.
How fun.
Yeah.
Go stand next to your friends, guys.
That's right. If she's wearing a charm, go stand next to her. Right.
Can just disliking someone put negative energy on them?
It would have to be with such intent, said every day. I mean, unless you're OCD, nobody's going to keep that up every day.
Let's see. So back about the Mercury retrograde shadow, Debbie says 3 weeks is long enough. Thanks.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm saying. I'll give it 48 hours either way, that I don't even usually say anything about.
And then Linda says, don't take away my perfectly good excuse for goofing up.
Yeah, right.
Coin says, I had my friends do the law of abundance for the first time, and they found a beautiful silver set at a garage sale for $100, but it's probably worth more like $7.
I'm telling you, it works, and not always for money. Yes, people have won the lottery, but you can, a new job, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a lady got a kidney. You just don't know.
Are earthbounds held accountable for all of the energy they are stealing, such as being told they have to stay in the portal even longer or have to go into an even deeper portal?
No, I don't believe so, because even the ones that say they don't want to go back into their portal, but they want me to make the white light, when they died, they had the white light too. Everybody has it. But when you go into it, not everybody's going to the same place. And, so somebody comes out of the portal and they did really nasty things and they wanted to go into the white light, so I let them go in. I see that as steps. If you were not a good person, you're going to come in 20th or 30th possession. I mean, number one position would be, or two would be Mother Teresa. So, you have a lot of steps to learn before you can get up that high. And the only way to get higher is to come back and fix karma, whatever you did wrong in your past lives.
Let's see. How do you see portals different from vortexes?
I picture a vortex more like a little tornado, and a portal is not moving. It is just a portal, a large, opening on a solid wall.
Let's see. A lot of people saying that they've done the law of abundance and, saying what they've gotten, which is really cool. June is looking for the quincies. They are on her website, but they're not sold as individual little seeds.
Correct. And for those people, I got a call from the webmaster. People are on Facebook and wherever asking, I can't find the quincies, I can't find the charms, I can't find your phone number. Everything is on the website. Just look for it there. Because I don't see your questions or anything on Facebook. I still don't see any of that stuff. So don't leave messages for me there.
Oh, sorry, Instagram. I opened up a new tab and going to your website. You actually, when you go to the website, you click shop, and you can pick if you want gold tone, silver tone, cremation jewelry. So that's where they're at. They're in the charms. They're in the shop.
And my phone number can be found there also, and the address where to write to me can also be found there. It's all there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And there was like, Lewis is ignoring us. He is, but I bet you he's not here. And it is the end of school year, right? So I don't know if the English school year coincides with ours, but I know there's a lot of finals and graduations going on.
Well, when we talked to the gal from Japan on Zoom the other night, her kids go to school through July. They only get the month of August off. But that's Japan. And I, and like I said on Zoom, I think a lot of European countries, their kids go to school a whole lot longer than our kids do.
Mm-hmm. So and I think he was still working on that clothing project. So
right.
He's probably got his hands full right now.
Yes.
How do you attend your funeral as a ghost if you already walked into the white light after you died?
You don't. You just go and watch. Because once you go into the white light, you can come back and forth whenever you feel like it. You can go to any house you want because the quincies do not stop you, and you don't cause any problems. And being from the light, you can get into anybody's dream that you want and talk to them. So that's how, if you want to attend your funeral after you go to the light, you can still attend it.
There we go. Let's see. What was Ted's first reaction when you told him you could do what you do?
We were driving. We had been to somebody's house. A guy that he worked with, him and his wife had a baby a month before we had our first baby. And so one weekend they would come to our house and we'd play pinochle, and the following weekend we'd go to their house and play pinochle. And it's in the books, the story's in there, but the long the bottom line is their house had a ghost. And so it was talked about the one night, and Ted just sat there, didn't say a whole lot. And we were driving home. I said, "So what did you think about that ghost in the house?" He said, "Oh man, I don't know." He didn't say no. And I thought, here we go. And that's when I told him. Should have never told him while he was driving, because he about ran off the road looking at me like, oh my gosh. The only really funny part is that after it was all said and done, I guess he took Amber in the house and put her in her crib, and I was in the kitchen setting the coffee pot up for breakfast in the morning. And he comes in the kitchen and he stands there and he goes, "Okay, I'm ready." I said, "You're ready for what?" He says, "Go ahead, wiggle your nose, do whatever it is you do." For those of you that remember Bewitched, he thought I could wiggle my nose like Samantha did. I think he thought he would never have to work again. I think that's what he thought.
He was hoping. He was so hoping.
Yeah, he was so hoping. But no. But he, after 54 years, he's taken it rather well.
Let's see. So this is going to lead into an announcement that we have. Where is it now? Somebody asked when we were going to do the dinner ghost chats again.
You know what? I miss them too. But we've checked, Ted and I have checked a couple places around. They claim they can't do the dinners anymore because they don't have staff to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are still afraid of, the COVID. And so it's just, I'm at Melissa's, I'm at the Goddess Elite. You can come there and visit, and eventually we'll have talks there, I think, too. No dinners, but talks. And so, but this is the new world now. I don't like it, but this is the way it is. We make plans, we try to do things, and well, you take it from here, Melissa.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we are canceling Madison Seminary. So if you're watching and you have signed up, I will later today be going through the process and refunding everybody. So unfortunately, yeah, we are having to cancel that. But, we'll have Marianne in the store. We still have the Merry-Go-Round Museum in October. So you can join us for that one. But again, that's October 9th. So we got a little bit of time. But Madison, in a couple of weeks, we are canceling that one out. So.
And the Psychic Fair is the last Sunday of this month. I will be there for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the book club next month. I am the monitor on that. So definitely come in on those days that I'm at the store for the book club or whatever. The products will be there. So you come in and get our stuff. And of course, Melissa's store is full. So there's all kinds of stuff you can get from her too. So definitely, we're just going to have to do it this way just till we see what shakes out. We truly don't know what else to try or do.
Right. Oh, this is a fun question. Debbie says, why are all these movies making Ed and Lorraine Warren look like the perfect couple? They weren't. We have Ted and Marianne. So
you shouldn't say they were the perfect couple. They were the pioneers. They were the ones when they came on the scene. They were crazy. They were nuts. They were maybe doing those DDTs or whatever that guy was talking about. I
don't think they were taking hallucinogenics, Mary.
But that's what people were saying. They were crazy, and so, the pioneers had a fire that they knew how to cook, their meal on. Well, we've got a stove, things improve. And so I think we've all learned more, but they were the pioneers. And actually, years ago, I did talk to both of them. And even back then, I didn't agree with 100% of what they were doing. But again, no two people butter toast the same way. So everybody does things different.
Right. I've seen so much on both sides of the fence about Ed and Lorraine. But again, like you said, they were the first ones to make it known that it wasn't in the closet. It was.
And they weren't young when they came out with this in the beginning. It's not like they were in their 20s or 30s or 40s. They were already, carefully saying middle age. So it's not like it was hard for them, I'm sure.
So you.
Oh no,
this is pretty bad. Even better when you think Mary Ann threw Ted to the lions in a past life.
Don't you people forget anything?
Oh
my God. You know how many centuries ago that was?
Like, Ted, did you forgive Mary Ann yet?
He really likes cats now, so it must have not bothered him.
Right? Yeah, because they're sitting on his lap probably right now while you're doing this.
One is, yeah.
Yeah, Brooke says, and I kind of agreed, but I didn't see all of their cases, a few, quite a few, but not all. And everything was a demon to them. But at the same time, Lorraine was heavily Catholic. So anything that wasn't Jesus or God was going to automatically be, probably negative to her and a demon. I'm sure.
And see, her biggest thing when they would walk into a place that was supposedly haunted, the very first thing out of her mouth was, "In the name of God, I command you." That's never going to work. I mean, you want the priest there, maybe you're going to get a little bit more, but a lay person screaming about God, no, that doesn't work. That's why a lay person should never throw around holy water. All that does is make earthbound spirits very angry.
I just picture kind of like how cats are when you're telling them not to do something, they look at you through side eye and they're still knocking that cup off.
That's right.
You can yell at me all you want in the name of God.
It's not going to make any difference. That's exactly right. And by you doing that, they realize, they know I'm here. So now they're going to be they're going to cause more problems in the house. It's one thing if maybe you think something's there, but when you finally realize something's there and they know it, they take such advantage of that.
Right. Well, now people want to know what Ted did to you in a past life.
You know what? He was always a gentleman in every past life. And
he still is.
Yes, he is.
What I find hilarious, the Ted now versus the stories of young Ted that he has told me, like they are two separate. Like, are we sure we're talking about the same person?
I brought out the good side of him. I brought out the good side of him. No, black leather, boots, chains, no.
Oh, see, I didn't hear those stories. I heard about being thrown out of school, the fighting, the cops.
Oh, yeah. No. I have to laugh every time I see Abby on NCIS. She's got a dog collar around her neck. It's like,
where are these
I remember that in the 60s, around my husband's neck. So,
I want to know where these pictures are.
Oh, long gone. We had to get him.
Ted was OG goth boy.
Yeah, we had to get rid of him before the kids became teenagers, so they couldn't say, "Well, Dad did it."
That's hilarious. Now it makes me think of like how your one daughter and the skate. I'm like, oh, did she come by it naturally?
Yeah, she is her father's daughter. There's no doubt about it.
That's hilarious. Ted's evolved.
Yes, he is. That's good. I like that. Thanks, Linda. I'm going to use that.
He's just probably afraid of you.
No comment.
Let's see. We're almost at 11. So you were talking about your 5:30 video today will be about wills and how and why they're important, where to find them, the ghosts wanting to know where they are.
And stories about people that didn't have a will and the problems that it caused. So yeah, definitely. That's definitely coming. That'll be at 5:30 today.
Ted believes in saying keeping your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah, well, it works too.
And nothing like a couple of centuries for bygones to be bygones.
Yeah, you just forget it. You get to a place you're so old you don't remember anymore, so it's okay too.
But yeah, so there was, who was it? Somebody in here, and thank you guys for helping remind one another to like and subscribe. Please do it on both channels. If you hit the little alert bell, that way you get notified when we're going live, so you don't forget. Because there's a couple of people so they lost track of time, and all of a sudden we were already in our chat and they were coming in late. So if you have the little alert bell, you'll get notified that we're going live, and you can catch us on time. But again, Marianne will be with us this Sunday on the 29th, May 2022, just in case this is watched years down the line. In store, you can get your Quincy jewelry, you can books, you'll have your sea salt soap.
Right? I will.
That's always really popular. The dream bags, all sorts of stuff you've heard us talk about.
And the end tail of the checkbooks. If people still want a checkbook, they've been reduced and we're getting rid of them. So, 6 months into the year, let's move along. So that's that. And for any of those who are up at 11 o'clock at night and you listen to AM radio, I'll be on with Raleigh James tomorrow night from 11 to 12, 11 p.m. to 12 on WGN Chicago. And we take live calls. Raleigh has a good show. She's really good. So if you're up and nothing's good on TV, tune it on.
That is the URL for my store for anything you might need. And there's Marianne's website for Quincy if you're not local to come in and get it. And Brooke agrees the sea salt soap is incredible.
Pretty good stuff.
But yeah, join us at the merry-go-round in October. And if you have signed up for Madison, give me through the day. I've got to go through and do each person individually. So,
and we will not be here
next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. Unforeseen circumstances, won't be here because what has to happen is during this time frame. So
the video, there still will be a video that day, but this 10 o'clock thing will not be on next Wednesday.
Yes. So, but thank you everybody for joining, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at 10 o'clock. So again, subscribe, hit the button or that little bell, and you'll be reminded in 2 weeks when we're back.
Have a good Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Be safe. Enjoy it.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.